Welcome to Mindset Reset, my crypto escape plan. This is where we break free from old thinking, challenge limiting beliefs, and create a path toward financial freedom through the world of crypto. Whether you're here to reset your mindset, escape the 9-to-5 grind, or simply learn how to think differently about money and success, you're in the right place. Let me ask you this. Do you know how much money you'd feel comfortable walking away from the market with? Imagine yourself on top of the world. Just made a crazy profit off of your last trade, and now you have a huge pile of crypto sitting in your account. You can either run to the bank and cash out, but that feels like giving up, so you decide to hold on just a little longer. After all, the price can only go up, right? But then one red candle later, everything changes. In today's video, we're going to talk about my crypto escape plan. What I mean by this is exactly that, the step-by-step process that I follow to make sure I don't get greedy or fearful and ultimately walk away with some sort of profit. Now, I've been trading crypto for years, and throughout my journey, I've encountered many people who are stuck in this constant emotional roller coaster. People who came into the market hoping to become millionaires overnight, but instead found themselves panicking over sudden price drops or euphoria when the price went up. That's why I developed my crypto escape plan, a strategy to keep my emotions in check and protect my gains while still enjoying the potential upsides of holding. Here are the 3 steps I follow. Firstly, I determine my exit target before I even consider buying. When making any investment, whether it's in stocks, property, or crypto, it's essential to know your financial limits and understand how much you want to make back from an investment before you start. I know that the worst thing you can do in this market is fall victim to FOMO and invest more than you can afford to lose without a clear goal in mind. That's why knowing your exit target is crucial. Let's say, for example, I decide to invest $1,000 into a coin. In this scenario, I would have 2 possible scenarios. Scenario 1, the coin doubles in value, and Scenario 2, the coin halves in value. Now, in both these scenarios, I've clearly defined what I'm going to do with my money. Scenario 1, the coin doubles in value. I'm going to sell half of my position, and in doing so, I've doubled my initial $1,000 investment. I'm going to take the $1,000 and move it to a safer asset such as USDC or USDT. In this scenario, I'm happy to hold on to the other half of my initial position and wait for it to double again. If it does, I will repeat the same process. Sell half, keep half, and if it doubles again, I will do the same thing. Now let's look at Scenario 2. The coin halves in value. In this situation, I will sell my entire position for a loss. Now I know that some people might be thinking, well, why not just hold on until the coin doubles in value? Or why not hold on for even longer? Well, the truth is that I don't know how long that's going to take. Plus, if the coin doesn't double in value within a certain period, then I'm going to sell it anyway. The main reason for this is that I'm not trying to time the exact peak of the market. Instead, I'm focusing on setting realistic goals for myself and sticking to them regardless of how the market performs. I also do this because sometimes you need to cut your losses quickly and not wait around to see if the price will recover. Secondly, I split my profits into 3 buckets. Once I've decided on my exit targets, I like to split my profits into 3 different buckets, each with a specific purpose. Bucket number 1 is my safety bucket. Here I put aside a portion of my profits to ensure I always have enough money to cover any unexpected expenses that may come up. It could be car repairs, medical bills, or anything else that I couldn't foresee coming. By having this bucket, I'm able to protect myself against any financial shocks and avoid dipping into my other investments to cover costs. The second bucket is my reinvestment bucket. In this bucket, I keep the majority of my profits and use it to buy more of the coins or tokens that I believe in and want to continue holding long-term. The idea is that by reinvesting my profits, I can increase my overall position size and potentially earn even more money over time. However, it's important to note that I only invest in projects that I have thoroughly researched and feel confident in their long-term potential. I'm not interested in pumping my portfolio with cheap meme coins or jumping on the latest hype train. Instead, I focus on building a diversified portfolio of solid projects that I think will stand the test of time. Finally, we have the third bucket, which is my moonshot bucket. With this bucket, I keep a small portion of my profits and allocate it towards risky investments that have a high upside potential. I like to think of this bucket as my fun money, the money that I'm willing to lose if the investment doesn't work out. Investing in this bucket is purely optional, and I only do it if I'm feeling particularly adventurous. I usually keep the amount in this bucket small, typically no more than 10% of my total portfolio, so that if things go south, I'm not risking too much money. Thirdly, I set rules for when to sell. So when it comes to deciding when to sell my crypto, I don't leave it up to chance or try to time the market. Instead, I set specific rules for myself based on the percentage gains I've achieved. For instance, if a coin I'm holding increases in value by 3 times, I might sell 20% of my position. Then if it goes up by 5 times, I sell another 20%. And if it continues to rise to 7 times, I sell another 20%, and so on. This approach allows me to gradually sell off my position as the price rises, which helps me to lock in my profits and reduce my risk. This method also has several advantages. First, it removes emotion from the equation. Rather than becoming overly greedy and trying to squeeze out every last drop of profit, I've already predetermined the percentage I'm comfortable with selling at different price points. Second, it allows me to stay focused on my long-term goals. By setting clear rules for when I'll sell, I won't be tempted to make rash decisions based on short-term price movements. And finally, it helps me to diversify my portfolio. As I sell off positions that have performed well, I can reinvest the proceeds into other projects, which helps me to spread my risk across multiple investments. One important aspect of my crypto escape plan is that I always have an escape hatch. What I mean by this is that no matter what coin I'm invested in, I never invest all of my money into just one coin. Instead, I always keep a portion of my portfolio in stablecoins like USDT or USDC. This gives me the ability to quickly pull out of a position if the project's fundamentals start to look shaky or if the community becomes toxic. I do not have to worry about getting stuck with a bag of useless tokens if the price suddenly tanks. There are several reasons why having an escape hatch is important. First, it allows me to protect my portfolio from downside risk. If a coin I'm invested in takes a sudden nosedive in value, I can quickly sell off my position and move the money into a safer investment. This helps me to limit my losses and ensure that I do not lose more money than I'm comfortable with. Secondly, it gives me the flexibility to take advantage of new opportunities. If a promising new project comes along, I can easily move some of my stable coins into the new investment without having to sell off my existing positions. This allows me to stay nimble and adapt to changes in the market quickly. Finally, having an escape hatch provides peace of mind. Knowing that I can quickly pull out of any position if necessary allows me to invest with confidence and reduces my overall stress levels. I don't have to constantly worry about the risk of getting stuck with a worthless coin or being forced to sell off a winning position. At the end of the day, my crypto escape plan isn't about chasing every pump or trying to predict the next big thing. It's about having the discipline to take profits, manage risk, and actually enjoy the rewards of investing. Because what good is it to watch numbers rise on a screen if you never turn them into something real? Having a plan in place before you invest in any crypto asset is essential to ensure that you don't panic sell during market downturns or fall prey to the fear of missing out and overspending. By following a structured approach, you can navigate the volatile world of crypto with more confidence and make better investment decisions. So do you have your own crypto escape plan? If not, it's time to start planning your next move and stay ahead of the curve. But if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.